Kei ngā uri o tūpuriri, tēnā koutou katoa. Kia ora whānau. I'm here with our Chief Executive, Jamie Sinclair, to give you an update on our up-and-coming SGM and the trustee changes that we are looking to propose at that meeting. Prior to COVID-19, you'll remember that we were on our haerenga meeting with whānau across New Zealand and Australia to talk about these changes. These are important and cover matters such as our membership criteria and our loan ratios. Whānau, you need to understand these changes, why we are making them, and be in a position to vote and ensure that you have all the information you need to make an informed vote. We need as many of you as possible to be at our SGM. Today we'll run through the key changes and provide some important dates relating to the SGM and voting. There will be plenty of opportunities for you to get more information as we lead up to our SGM in September. I can't wait to see as many of you there, and it'll be great to see people back on our marae on the 13th of September 2020. We now want to give you some information on the SGM and the upcoming changes to the trust deed. An SGM, a special general meeting, is held for specific reasons as outlined in our trust deed. This year we are proposing changes to our trust deed which must be approved by whānau. A number of resolutions will be put to whānau to make these changes. Each resolution will be voted on and requires a 75% majority to pass. We have now confirmed the date for our SGM, which is Sunday the 13th of September, with voting packs sent out at the end of July. Voting will be by post, online or in person at the SGM. Online voting is new for Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei, and we're excited to offer this option to whānau. We will be providing you with lots of support and information to ensure you can vote in whichever way suits you best. So what are the changes we will be making? These are really important and will help set us up for years to come. Jamie will go through in detail, but at high level, they include changes to our loan ratios to better reflect our business and our ambitions. Changes to our definition of membership. This is an important one where we're asking you for your input. There are changes to reflect new legislation and to improve the way that the trust works in terms of voting and other administrative matters.
Kia ora te whānau. A significant change that we are proposing to make in the trust deed change is around our loan ratios. Thanks to the foresight of our kaumātua and kokuia and our tūpuna, we've established a very solid base for our assets and can be very proud of the way they've been managed over the years and currently by Whātua. To ensure though that we have the financial capacity to take new opportunities, to continue supporting whānau in the way that we want, we are looking to increase the loan value ratios that are specified in our trust deed. Loan ratios determine the level of debt that we can hold relative to the value of our assets and also the amount of interest that we are allowed to accrue relative to the value of our profit. So some of you might not have heard of these ratios before. What they effectively mean is that the loan-to-value ratio is effectively a measure of how much debt we have relative to the value of our assets. So as an example, if I have $100 in debt and $1,000 in assets, my loan-to-value ratio is 10%. If I was to pay off my debt, I'd still have $900 of assets remaining. So how does this relate to Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei? Well, currently the trust deed says that our loan-to-value ratios must not exceed 30%. And it must be calculated in a very specific way. We must take our total borrowings, so that's the debt that we owe to the banks, and compare that to the level of our assets, and those assets exclude some special land like our papakainga and our whenua rangatira, because they are protected forever and cannot be included in any loan calculation. As at the end of June 2019, our loan ratio was around 20%, which is well within that 30% limit. We like to keep that buffer because of potential shocks in the system, and a classic example of that is the COVID situation that we've just been experiencing. To enable us to keep that level of reserve And also to continue to support whānau, we are looking to increase that ratio from 30% to 40%. That is in line with our banking ratios, and it also is still relatively conservative compared to the quality of our assets and comparable entities.
Another very important change is to clarify how membership of Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei is determined. This is very important because it will set the criteria for future membership of our hapu. We have done some work on this already. Our taumata kaumātua have met to discuss this, and we have held whānau wānanga to share this whakaaro. Our existing trust deed defines members of Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei as those who are descendants of tūpiriri. While this seems to be a fairly straightforward definition, the application has resulted in inconsistent treatment.
So this is what current application of our existing definition looks like. Where there is direct blood descent to tūpiriri, there is eligibility to become a member. Where the whānau have been legally adopted to hapu members who have direct blood descent, again, there is eligibility for membership. Where whānau have been whāngai to hapu members, at the current definition, they are not eligible for membership. This is specified directly in our trust deed. So our current deed is worded in a way that does not explicitly require blood connection for there to be membership. As a result, whānau who are adopted are deemed to be members by virtue of the Adoption Act. Under LAW law, those adopted members are considered to be descendants of their adopted whānau and lose the connection to their biological whānau. It is only because of the way our trust deed is worded does this Adoption Act have any application. In redefining the membership criteria, we are not bound by the Adoption Act and we can override it. We as a whānau can determine what membership looks like. Another change is to reflect the requirements of a new piece of legislation, the Trusts Act. This is a replacement of a very old piece of legislation, the 1956 Trust Act, and generally these changes relate to clarifying the role of trustees and improving accountability and transparency. A significant change will be that records of the trust must be kept for the life of the trust rather than just the current 7 years. There must also be a disputes process embedded into the trust deed. So we're making some changes to line up with this new piece of legislation. Another obvious change that we're making to the trust deed is to allow for electronic voting and electronic AGMs and other hui in our trust deed. This is to allow increased participation by whānau, and it's an obvious change that we'll need to make in 2020. There'll always be the option for those whānau who want to continue to vote by postal or other means, but electronic voting gives whānau another option. We're also making a number of administrative changes to improve the overall document. This includes changes to the grammar, referencing errors, and of course improving the way that Te Reo Māori is reflected throughout the document to make it more reflective of us and where we are today.
Thank you, whānau. We hope that this has provided some useful information as we head towards our SGM in September. There will be lots more information coming and specific sessions around the key changes such as the loan ratios and membership. There will also be Q&A sessions for you to ask questions and get the information you need to make your vote. This is a big change for us whānau, and we need you all to vote and have your say. I look forward to seeing you all soon in September 2020.